Hey! Today we're going to unwrap an Everlast Power Plasma 50. What we got? Torch. What that looks like. Ground cable, workpiece cable, 110 240 adapter, air hose. Yeah, definitely an air hose. A bag of goodies. Oh, and there's another bag inside the bag. Air hose connectors, a fuse, some screws, more than one fuse, several fuses, and a blue thing, spanner, hose clip, and operating instructions. Maybe small, but it ain't light. There we go. Front view, fuse in the middle, torch on the right, workpiece, ground clamp, post flows knob. It's quite stiff actually. What's this one? Amps. It says 20 to 50 on there. CNC / track torch T4, 4T, sorry. And manual torch 2T. Pressure gauge. Pressure gauge is showing PSI. On the outside is PSI, on the inside it's showing MPa. What's that mean? I ain't got a clue. Pull to turn, push to lock. Air. Doesn't move particularly easily. Air filter. Something to drain it. Psst, psst, psst. Can't undo it though with my fingers, so it's in pretty tight. This is the top. Give you the specifications. Interesting is that the input current is requiring for 110 volt 31 amps. For 220 volts 39 amps. I don't think I've got a socket that can do 39 amps. I think mine are 20. I need to look into that. That's the maximum, I suppose. I don't know about that. Might have got that wrong. Can't really make head nor tail out of the manual. It's obviously translated from something else. Kind of difficult to understand. I need to have another look at that later on. This is the back. Power comes out the back. It looks like it might be detachable. It's not detachable from the back. That's just like a securing screw. Yeah, that's just sort of locks the cable. We have it's called the gas inlet. That looks like a ground. This is the CNC socket. Okay, that explains what that thing is for. That's what they call the CNC something. It's the adapter, I guess. But inside there's little pins, which is what these things are poking out to. So there must be something you can push into this. I don't know. Maybe you get another cable. Don't know how that works. Need to look into it. That's obviously another one of those screw cables, screw locks, cable locks. Get it right. There is actually a O-ring attached to there. 3 little notches on here. There's one there, one there, one over there. So they do line up. 2 smaller ones and 1 bigger one. I wonder if that means the gas. I mean, this is probably where you actually plug your torch. I don't know. Need to find out. It's not obvious from the manual. Okay, this is the pin outs for the CNC socket. So it is a 12-pin plug. 2 of the pins are not being used, so that's pins 11 and 12. Don't really understand what this is yet. It doesn't actually tell you how to use this stuff. So kind of assuming that there must be something else you can plug in here. I can't see any reason for showing this. But anyway, pins 1 and 2 are start and stop. Pin 3 is a series 100k something plus. Don't know what that means. Pin 4 is a 116 or 150th. No idea. I have no idea what these are actually trying to tell me. I'm gonna have to figure that one out. 5 series 100k. There seems to be links as well here. So pin 4 is linked pin 6 and pin 5 is linked to pin 7. Maybe those are the positive and negative sides of stuff. So 5 is the positive and 7 is the negative side. And in that case 6 and 4, 6 being the positive, 4 being the negative. Don't know, don't quote me on that, I don't know. Pin 8, oh, pin 8 is not used either. 9 and 10 okay to move. Yeah, well, there you go. Doesn't make any sense to me whatsoever. So if you can read that and make sense of it, can you explain it to me? Let me just read that quickly. It says connect the machine correctly according to the sketch, which is on the other page by the way, and switch on the air compressor until its rated pressure. Okay, I don't know what its rated pressure is, but anyway, it will be turned off automatically to adjust the air pressure reduced valve to the proper value, 0.2 to 0.4 MPa generally. Is that saying the operating pressure should be within those ranges? Not sure. It certainly doesn't tell you in the manual. So this is the specifications according to the manual, which looks to be about the same as the label on the top of the machine. So again, it's saying that the input current is 39 amps. Yeah, I'm going to have to fix that then. I haven't got one of those. Air pressure 0.2 to 0.4. I'm going to have to go and find out what that is. And apparently we have a description of the erection. Don't know what that is either. This is the air filter. Inside the bag of goodies, move this out of the way a little bit. So inside the bag there's all these little pieces. There is actually quick connect air connectors, which will fit in here. On the top of this, if you can see that, there's a little arrow that indicates airflow, I believe. Unfortunately it doesn't tell you in the manual, but I think that's what it's for. So the air travels through the device by going this direction according to that arrow. So my air supply is going to come in here, so I'm going to put this quick connect on this end where the arrow is. I do hope I've got it around the right way. And then this piece here, which is going to connect to the hose that they've supplied, and it also has the same connection on the back of the machine. So I'm going to put that in there. I'll tighten them down in a little while. But the reason why I'm showing you this is I don't think this guy is quite the right size. This is supposed to be a 1/4 inch fitting. So this is my air supply, 1/4 inch fitting. And try as hard as I cannot get this thing to actually fit, and I'm putting a lot of force in here and I cannot get it to fit. So what I have done is I've got some extra fittings. This is a different, I can't remember what I used this for. I used it for something. Now I can get that one on there. Again, it's still the same 1/4 inch fitting. Sorry, got distracted there. So it does fit some of them. I don't really know what the difference is between these two. I mean, they look pretty identical. I haven't measured them. So maybe I'll measure that and find out how far, what the size actually is on this guy. And what I'm going to have to do is, I've got another 1/4 inch fitting. I'm going to use this one, which fits perfectly to both of these types of fittings. So that one and the actual pipe one. So, whoops, there it goes. That's the one I'm going to use. Probably should put some PTFE on there as well. Let's do that. Let me go and get some. Oh, lovely. It's pink. I don't know if you can get different types of PTFE. I've only got one type on it. What's this for? For use on threaded joints of metal pipe not exceeding 1.5 inch pipe size. Yeah, seems to be alright. That's that bit done. So there are two air hose rings. So we can put that on. I don't really want that there. I want it to be it's facing me, so if I do have to tighten it, it'll be easier. Okay. That ain't coming off in a hurry. Let's have a look on the back of the machine. That's where that's going to go. That isn't, I mean, it's on, but it doesn't feel very tight. So that'll go in there. How do I secure that? Let's try this. Maybe that goes in there. That attaches to that. Okay, I'm going to screw that on first. So there are I've got 3 screws. What the hell is that? I've no idea what that one's for. Anyway. That's what I've got in the screw department. So I've got 4 of these things. I don't know what they're for. No idea at the moment. You put those to one side. So we need 4 screws. Oh, I've only got 4. Well, that's simple. So we have 2 little ones. 2 not so little ones, 2 washers and 3 springs. That's nice. I'm going to put the spring on first and the washer. Well, you can't do that. It doesn't work. Okay, fail. Yeah, look, those holes don't actually allow the screw to fit through it, unless I've got the wrong screws. But of course, I don't know if this is correct, because it doesn't tell you this in the manual. In fact, there's absolutely no mention. Well, maybe there is. I need to check. I didn't see any mention at all of an air filter or where it should go. Alright, next one. Let's put these little chappies on. Okay, with the air filter on, I can oops, put this in. Golly! Right, that's on. Probably don't need this clip anyway. There we go. Okay, I think we're ready to do something different. This is a torch. Again, there's nothing in the documentation on how to assemble this, so I thought if I take it apart now, I can use this video as a documentation. So I think that bit comes off. Yeah, look. Alright, so this piece comes off. I think this is like a guard to protect the... well, I don't even know what this thing's called. Oh, I just found something else as well. Anyway, it's a brass cap. It's covered in, I don't know, some sort of ceramic. But that slips on the top. There's a little split in there. Allows that to slip over. Like so. Okay. This is the inside of the torch. This is the... I don't know what you call these parts, I haven't got a clue. Call it a nozzle, but it looks like it's got the top. You can see that? The top is made of something different. So the outside is brass, I guess, or copper. On the inside, it looks like something else. I don't know. That's interesting. So the ones inside the package have different nozzles, different shape, and that one doesn't have. This one is copper or brass all the way through. I think that's copper. Totally different shape. So there's 1, 2. I've got 3 of these. Oh, hang on. I've got 4, 5. 5 of these. The one that come in it looks like this. Slightly different shape. Anyway, so I just found out what this thing is now. Can't get it out. This is a quarter size spanner. It was on quite tight as well. That's what that is. So I've got, in that package I've got 4 of those, as I showed you earlier. Oh, and again it's slightly different. So this is the one that just come out, I think. Yep. And you can see it's got a different shape. Let's see what else we can find. Oh, doesn't screw on, it just pops on. It's a little piece of plastic, little washer maybe. And that's it, that's as far as I can, there's nothing else left there for me to undo. Alright, let me try one of these other ones, just make sure they fit. So get one of these centre pieces, pop that on. You need the washer, and then yeah, that fits. Hey, look at that, it's springy. Push that in. So that'll go on there, on the top. Oh, that fits. Let me try What happens if I mix and match the tops? So I'm going to switch that out and put that original piece back in, different shape one. Okay, so this is one of the spare parts. Well, it fits, but it doesn't have the springy action, so I don't think that probably works. Oh, that's not what I want. I want to put that back in. That's the original centerpiece and the original top. And you see that's got the springy action. That bounces. So I think that springing action, see that one doesn't do it. There's no spring in there. I think that's probably required for it to operate. Let me put one of these other centerpieces in. Yeah, you see that one's got the springy action as well. So put the original back in. Tighten it up this time. So that's the torch. It's got a big thick cable, although I think I can feel in there's probably 2 cables, maybe. This is the end. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 pins. Let's try and hook it up. This is the ground clamp, or the work, what do they call it? It's called the workpiece clamp. It's a ground clamp. It's got a little notch on it. Like that. It's in. And then we'll put the torch on. It's quite a chunky handle. I'm not quite sure why it needs to be quite that big, but there you go. Oh, it's got a notch on it as well at the top here. You can see that. It's there. So I push straight in, and then there's a screw fitting. There we go. I looked inside the fuse. There is one in there, so you don't have to put one in. And as I noted before, there was 5 fuses, spare fuses, and these are F 30 amp, L 250V. So I'm assuming F means fast blow, but you got 5 of those. I think we ought to turn it on. So I put my air pressure at 70 psi. I can't see anything in the manual about what you should set the actual incoming air pressure. Only what, you know, it gave you the guide on how to set it for cutting pressure. So, well, we'll have to find out. I'm going to plug it in. I haven't got power. I haven't applied power to it yet. Let's see what happens. So the pressure gauge has gone up to about 70 psi. So, which is what I've got the compressor set at. So what I'm going to do is pull out. I'm going to drop it down, and it says between 0.2 and 0.4. So I'm going to cut a piece of, if I can find a bit of scrap sheet metal. So it's kind of low. I'm going to go for whatever that is. It's about, what is that? I've put it at 35 psi, which is above the 0.2 MPa, which I don't know what that is. I need to look it up. I think I need to turn it on as well. And before we do that, there's a button called constant flow. Let me turn everything down so if anything does shoot off, we'll be good to go. So I'm going to do this on 110 volts now. I showed you the adapter here. So I'm going to plug this into the adapter. I'm going to switch it on in the back. Okay, so there's the voltage, ampage. Turn it up. So now I'm using 110 volts. It seems to have, because I'm on 110, I'm guessing here it's only going to go halfway. So it goes up to 25 amps. There's two indicator lights here. I don't know what they are. Well, I know what the top one is. The top one is power on. Indicator of low air, so I've got a low air pressure, so I'm going to turn it up. I wonder if that means the actual supply pressure is too low. Let me go and turn it up on the compressor and see what happens. So I've turned the pressure up on the compressor to about 90 psi. It hasn't made a single difference. I have no idea. Let me consult the manual. I can't find anything specifically about setting the pressure, but it does say put the function switch in the position of air testing. I haven't got an air testing function switch anywhere, and I'm assuming it means constant flow. It says then the air spouts from the cutting torch. Let the function switch in the position of cutting and press the torch switch. The air spouts from the torch also. Yeah, right. Well, I'm going to switch it to constant and see what happens. So it's gone up to 0.4. Yeah, I have no idea. Don't know. I'm going to set the post flow. That's 30 seconds. 15 seconds. I'm going to put it around about 15 seconds. I'm going to try and do a cut on a piece of scrap and see what happens. Let's get that ready.